Hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Sauce. It's the backup channel backing Celeb up and bringing you all the breaking news. Check it out. All week, people have been talking about the missing sub, and we were all hoping for a happy ending. Unfortunately, that is not the case, because on Thursday, a robot from a Canadian vessel reached the sea's floor near the Titanic to look for the missing Titan sub, and the robot found a debris field which was 1,600 feet away from the bow of the Titanic. Now, according to sources, this means that the tiny submarine suffered a catastrophic implosion near the wreckage of the Titanic. Look, our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to the family and friends of the people who were lost during this tragic event. But everybody who got in that submarine knew the risk of going to the bottom of the sea in a tube that was controlled by an Xbox controller. So they passed away doing what they loved because everybody in that little tube was a risk taker who was looking for an adventure. Now, with that being said, there's a lesson to be learned here. In this situation, 5 people got into an unsinkable submarine to go visit an unsinkable ship that sunk. What does that tell you? It tells you, 1, stop messing with the Titanic. The closest that any layperson needs to come to that ship is watching Leonardo DiCaprio run around that ship. And 2, men are fallible because men are not gods. So any ship or sub that men create can sink. So please, stop saying that these man-made machines are unsinkable. Now, with regard to this sub, we reported to the other day that Cardi B blasted the son of the billionaire that was on the sub because while the sub was submerged, he was at a Blink-182 concert while everybody was searching for his daddy. Well, the billionaire's son responded to Cardi, and he said, quote, "Cardi B, we all know your latest releases are trash, but is your career this desperate for attention now?" End quote. Well, after he said that to Cardi doubled down and clapped back once again. And Cardi said, quote, "The point was, the whole world is praying for these people in the submarine, and this man's son is online shaking D for girls off OnlyFans and going to Blink-182 concerts. You was looking for clout all along. Nobody knew who you were until you said that was your stepdad. This is why people hate spoiled brat billionaires. Y'all so desensitized." End quote. But that wasn't it, because Tasha K also decided to jump into the action, and she came at Cardi over her reaction to the billionaire's son being at the concert while his stepfather was missing. Tasha K said, quote, "Wasn't she posting guns right after Takeoff died and on the internet cutting up not long after his sudden takeoff? I'm just asking. Everyone grieves different." End quote. Now, some people think that Tasha K is referring to some blurred out images of Cardi holding something in Lotto's music video for Put It On The Floor. But who knows for sure, because for some reason, Tasha K always seems to have like personal information on Cardi that nobody else has. Well, anyways, a few minutes after Tasha K made that post, Cardi jumped on Twitter and she shared a screenshot of Tasha K's comment and said, quote, "And Tasha K, with your despicable A, to bring up Takeoff to prove your fake A point is disgusting. I lost weight, I couldn't eat, I couldn't sleep. Me and my man is still dealing with that till this day. I'm a rapper. We're targeted all the time, so I have guns for protection. But since you want to be funny for comments, I'm gonna make sure your kid don't go to college. Do you think my lawyers don't know you hiding money in Africa? I'm gonna make sure I get every red cent of my $4 million. Don't ever put Takeoff name in your mouth." End quote. Wow, did Cardi B just say that Tasha K is hiding the YouTube money in Africa? Listen, I understand that Newton's third law of motion says for every action there's an equal and opposite reaction, but Source's third law says that for every internet comment, there doesn't need to be an equal and opposite internet comment. I mean, for real, I don't understand why Tasha K just can't keep Cardi B's name out of mouth. What Cardi B had going on with the billionaire's son had nothing to do with Tasha K, so she just should have stayed out of it. And now, because she couldn't keep keep her mouth shut, Cardi B's coming for the kids' college fund. Listen, let me know what you think about Tasha K coming for Cardi once again, and Cardi coming back at Tasha. Let me know what you think in the comments. And while you're down there leaving a comment, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Now check it out. The other day was Father's Day, and Bishop T.D. Jakes says that he's gonna scream if another woman tries to tell a man how to be a father. Check out what T.D. Jakes had to say.
I know this is gonna get me on TikTok for sure, but here I go. If another woman tells me how to be a father, I will open my mouth and flat out scream. You can no more tell me how to be a father than I can tell you how to birth a baby. I don't know nothing about birthing a baby. I don't know nothing about nursing a child. You have to know what you don't know. Shut up being the teacher and just be the wife.
Now, after T.D. Jakes said that, he went on to tell the women, quote, "How do you know how to be a father? Not only are you not a father, most of you didn't even have a father, and yet you're an expert on how to be?" End quote. Well, needless to say, after T.D. Jakes made that comment, a whole bunch of people came through in the comments, and one person said, quote, "Laughing my A off, I'm dying. He's so right." End quote. And then another person said, quote, "Well, unfortunately, some mothers out here have to be the mother and the father." End quote. And then after that, somebody came through and said, quote, "Boo-hoo, cry me a river, cause women get tired of being told how to parent as well. Welcome to the club. Now you know how it feels, MF." End quote. But, of course, the comments didn't end there, because somebody else came through and said, quote, "He's not wrong, but don't be telling women how to be mothers." End quote. And then somebody else said, quote, "It's more men trying to tell women how to be women and how to become a wife than it is women trying to tell men anything. He must be confusing women saying what they need from a co-parenting situation with women trying to tell men how to be a father." End quote. Listen, I like T.D. Jakes, and I think that if you really listen to his sermons, you can glean a whole lot of wisdom. However, what I'm gonna say is that you gotta remember that the door swings both ways. So if you ascribe to the belief that a woman cannot tell a man how to be a man, then you also gotta understand that a man can't tell a woman how to be a woman. And I do find that a lot of times from the pulpit, a lot of male preachers and pastors spend a whole lot of time trying to tell women how to be women. Listen, let me know what you think about T.D. Jakes saying that if another woman tries to tell him how to be a father, he's gonna scream. Let me know what you think in the comments. Now check it out. Boosie jumped on Twitter the other day to ask his fans to pray for him after he alleges that a racist prosecutor is refusing to let him go from jail despite paying his $50K bond. When discussing his situation, Boosie wrote, quote, "After the judge has granted me bond and I paid the full cash amount, the prosecution refused to respect the judge's decision to let me go. They showed no evidence of me being a flight risk or a danger to the community. The prosecutor, Mr. Wheat, looked at me saying wipe me down, wiped his shoulders, and shook his head with a look of evil in his eyes. This is total misconduct from the prosecutor. He's a racist and has evil intentions. Now they filed an appeal asking another judge to keep me in prison. I need the people of San Diego to protest the injustice that's being done to me. I need all the prayer warriors across the world to pray this Southern District of California removes Mr. Wheat and this prosecution off my case. Even my attorneys have never seen nothing like this in their career. Help me fight this injustice and say a prayer for my freedom." End quote. Listen, everybody make sure you pray for Boosie, because I'm telling you, the Bill of Rights to the U.S. Constitution says that no one should be deprived of life, liberty, or property without due process of law. Therefore, once Boosie posted his bond and the judge said to set him free, the prosecutor should have just let him go free. However, the fact that Mr. Wheat and the prosecution are still trying to block Boosie's release is bogus, because Boosie's no flight risk. I mean, where in the world world is Boosie Badazz running to? I mean, if Boosie ever tried to skip town, all the police would have to do is put out an APB that said we're looking for a black male that looks just like Flavor Flav. And I'm telling you, Boosie would be back in lockup in like 10 minutes. I mean, I gotta tell you, it seems to me as if these prosecutors have been watching too much Ghost on Stars, because they're definitely trying to use every play in the book to make sure that Boosie gets the book thrown at him. Listen, let me know what you think about the prosecution trying to keep Boosie in jail even though the judge granted him bail and he already paid it. Let me know what you think in the comments. But before I go, check this. After Boosie made that post, DJ Vlad made a post to his own, and he said, quote, "I spoke to Boosie's lawyer today, and this is what happened. Boosie was granted $50K bond. The feds disputed it with the judge who sided with Boosie. Now the feds appealed the judge's decision, which means a different judge has to review it." End quote. Listen, my question is, why in the world is DJ Vlad having personal conversations with Boosie's attorney? I mean, on the real, if I was to ever get locked up, the only people who need to be having personal conversations with my attorney are my family or my A1 day ones. I don't need the YouTuber calling my attorney. I mean, that right there is crazy. Listen, let me know what you think about Vlad having personal conversations with Boosie's attorney. What do you think about that? And hey yo, thanks for tuning in to Celeb Source, your source for celebrity news. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Peace.